Open house. Some lesser known ideas and thoughts concerning open house. Open house was always one of my best ways of attracting both buyers and sellers for business. A weekday open house is something to consider, particularly with daylight saving time. Even if it's only for 3 hours in the afternoon from 3 to 6, where most people are on their way home. The other idea I have in terms of open house is it doesn't begin the day you're holding it open. It should begin 3 or 4 days prior to that time, where you can go around the neighborhood in which the open house is being held and talk to the neighbors. 3 basic reasons to talk to the neighbor. Do they have someone they know socially or during work hours that might be a neighbor they'd like to have? Or would they like to refinance their property and purchase the home down the street? Or if they got to the point in life where they want to move, then they have a possibility of selling that house through you. 3 basic reasons. From a salesperson's point of view, here's a good idea. Drive the streets around the neighborhood. Look for an out of area for sale sign. It may be an obligation that a seller feels towards a relative. I recall in Long Beach recently where we had an out of town broker listing a house for sale up in the Palo Verde Hills. Our 2 agents in the Long Beach office requested the opportunity of holding open house on that particular home. And it was agreed to, consented, and they sold that house, but sold 2 other homes through the process of having people come in through looking at the open house. It's a great idea, and it should be one that should be followed up. Something else in terms of open house. If it's a vacant home, our company supplies the capital necessary to stage it. Leased furniture can make a home, any home, look like a model home, and it really works extremely well. In terms of open house, do not neglect the obvious. And again, I recall one time, this is a difficult story to believe, but it happens to be the truth, that 2 of our agents, oh by the way, when you have 2 agents on an open house, if the house that they are holding open is not the answer for a buyer, don't let it go to the competition. One of you leave the home, show all the houses in the surrounding area that might be available to buy, and see if you can make a transaction occur there. But make sure you have an agreement in writing between the 2 of you so there's no misunderstanding as to who gets what if that occurs. But in regards to the overall picture, this particular open house comes to mind, which was a fabulous return for both the seller and the agent. This is a very, very nice neighborhood of $600,000 homes. This home needed a lot of work. We have a program in our company called our Cosmetic Repair Program. We lent the sellers $55,000. They used their own contractor to do a beautiful job of total refurbishing. We lent them an additional $2,500 to stage the house with leased furniture. The difficult part to believe is on the first open house day, 110 couples came through. On the following day, Sunday, 80 couples came through. That was 190 possible buyers and sellers who knew the neighborhood that could be possible prospects for business. In addition to that, they had 27 offers on the home. The best offer was $720,000. They were concerned not because of price, but because of the appraisal. Would it appraise for that price? Because nothing in the neighborhood had sold for more than $600,000. They accepted the second offer, which was $711,000, with the waiver of the appraisal contingency and all cash transaction. Our seller did a great deal better financially than they expected, and our agents got a full commission. Open house can be a godsend, particularly if it's something that you need to do if you're not showing property on the weekends. Thank you.